Yesterday, in preparation for the release of the Secret Invasion trailer, they released a lot of the set photos. And when I saw those photos, one of them stood out to me, and I was like, fanfiction.net is gonna have a field day, haven't they? Like, I don't get this photo. Why are Talos and Nick Fury butting heads? Why do they seem like a romantic couple? Well, I mean, it's progressive. It could also simply be that this is actually Talos and Soren, which is Talos' wife, and like this is not Nick Fury, which we'll get into because surprise of surprise, this is not a reaction. This is a breakdown. I have actually seen the trailer, and I recorded a reaction, but the file got corrupted, and yeah, we will not talk about that. We will talk about the trailer. Let's get into it, shall we? Alright, so it starts here. He's holding a gun.
Since you've been gone.
Now, I like this this shot. This was in the previous trailer as well. So yeah, the reason I like this so much is because this, if you forget the Marvel context, Secret Invasion is essentially about this secret race of aliens who have shape-shifting capabilities, and they could be hiding amongst us, creating this political intrigue and this political thriller kind of thing. That's like this classic sci-fi alien invasion stories. I mean, and this essentially pays an homage to those kind of stories where, like, it looks like he's an alien, and it's also poignant that like Nick Fury is the one who is coming here, because Nick Fury has been in my head, he's been off world for so long that he's almost become like an honorary alien at this point. That's a sentence I thought I would never say, but yeah. Also, there was this press release that they did, Marvel. I can't for the life of me find it. Wait, let me see. Yeah, I can't find the report. I think it was with the set photos. In that it was written that there was something to do with, after the events of Captain Marvel, Fury promised the Skrulls a lot, and he wasn't able to deliver. And Talos, who is and the implication was Talos, who is a close friend of Nick Fury, um, he's kind of sort of losing his leadership because the other Skrulls are not happy with what they have gotten. And so this new character, this Gravik character, I think it's revealed someplace over here. His name is Gravik, and that guy is now taking over, and which is an interesting thing because in the original Secret Invasion storyline, revealing that a character is a Skrull was sort of a shorthand for revealing that the character is one of the bad guys. Here, Skrulls are the bad guys and the good guys. So we have no fucking clue. Like, if someone is revealed as a Skrull, they could be a bad guy, they could be a good guy. The good guys could have multiple versions of Skrulls. Nick Fury could have multiple versions of himself, which brings me to the thing that this is actually pretty like, this being a part of the multiversal saga is actually more poignant than you realize, because what is the multiverse saga? It's like different versions of many characters, but it's the same thing as this, but instead of this being like a different universe kind of thing, it is like, someone could have Skrull versions of him going around like Nick Fury has, and there could be like multiple Nick Furies, all taking care of different things and all communicating after a bit, like a council of Nick Furies almost. And some of the Nick Fury scenes that we have seen from like Avengers or Captain America the Winter Soldier, so many of them, oh god, sorry, something dropped. So many of them could retroactively be revealed to be Skrull, Fury times, and they could actually use that to explain some of the discrepancies, give Talos some retroactive character development, because we haven't met him since Captain Marvel, right? And I mean, I know Captain Marvel is not that old of a movie, but like MCU timeline wise, there's like a huge gap where we don't know what the hell he was up to. And obviously, quite a few of the scrolls are going to be with Nick Fury. It's gonna be a whole shit show. So let's go ahead.
Much worse.
So that implies that this insurgency, the Skrull insurgency, was already there, and this is Gravik exploding something. Also, he was standing very close to the Empire. Sorry, to the Empire. To the explosion. God. Empire. Anyways, was this like a deliberate suicide attack? Why would you do that? I don't know. Maybe he was standing just close enough to be obscured by the smoke, and then he would turn into someone else and disappear.
Why do you think I came back?
We think you came back because you wanted to do a Disney Plus show. Anyways, what the hell? I'm so organized, guys. I always keep messing up things. Anyways, let's move forward.
You're in no shape for this fight that lies before us.
Now, Sonya Falsworth. This is an interesting character. I searched for her, and the page that shows up, there's like pretty much like no information on her. She's not a comic book character. The only thing we know for sure about her is that she's MIA or MI6. I don't know. Not MIA. MIA is something. It's MI6, which is the British intelligence. And that she is an old friend of Nick Fury, because she says old friend, and also in the press release. And she sometimes works with him, sometimes works against him. It's interesting to know what her allegiances are. And if she's a Skrull herself, she would be very interesting. But my guess is that she, regardless of whether she's against or for Fury, she always, like, this character, they are at least implying that this is on the side of Earth, right? Hold on. Yeah. So that would be my takeaway from this. We also know that this character is like the granddaughter of one of the Howling Commandos by the name of Union Jack, like who has the name of the title of the Union Jack, which that's interesting. But anyways, let's go ahead.
Friend.
Now this thing, right? This is a very interesting moment for me, because they are standing behind, like, I guess these are these the four founders, because this is Winston Churchill. Does Winston Churchill was he one of the founders? I don't know, but like this imagery, the four banners, this imagery, well, I guess this is Isaac. No, this is not. This is Bernally. I don't know. This imagery invoked the imagery of forefathers. I don't know if that's intentional. And the thing that is happening here, I kind of paused to see if any of them were like important characters, but I can't tell as of now. But this is sort of interesting, because this shows that Gravik is more of a mantle than one particular Skrull. Or I do think it's one particular Skrull, but it's also like kind of like Anonymous, how those guys use the V for Vendetta mask every time they I mean, if you don't know if Anonymous is, they are a hacker group. They use V for Vendetta masks to hide their identity and sort of show their solidarity to the cause. So it would be interesting to see, like, these guys, all of them, they are in one cause, and the others would wear like maybe Talos's face or Nick Fury's face to show, that we are on their side. It will be an interesting conflict. Also, my question is this guy, this face that they have chosen, is this a high-ranking official or something, or is this a custom-made face? Because the implication has always been that Skrulls can sort of custom make faces. to sort of look like humans that don't exist, so to speak. Uh, so Talos, right? He replaced Ben Mendelsohn's character. Like, it was implied in Captain Marvel that there was a original Ben Mendelsohn character who was like the director of Shield, and then Talos kind of killed and replaced him, or was Talos always like was Talos always a director of Shield? Which, if that is the case, that's confusing, because Talos was all the way over there on Hala. So what happened to original Ben Mendelsohn? Like, I guess it doesn't matter, right? Uh, anyways, let's move forward. Now, this was very interesting to me. This is a gravestone. My first intention, like my first idea when I saw this was, oh, maybe this is the same gravestone from Captain America: The Winter Soldier. I went backwards and checked. It's not the same, because I think there it was something like, wait, let me. It wasn't greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. Yeah, the path of the righteous man. Ezekiel 2:25-17. Oh, that's a quote from the Bible. Also doesn't look like the same location and doesn't look like the same gravestone. What this makes me think is, how many gravestones does Nick Fury have, and how many of them are quote unquote real? Because my my idea is there must be many Nick Furies running around. Like, if he could help make Talos do that, he could make, who knows who else has done that, right? And even with or without permission, like, Skrulls don't need permission to change into you. So how many of them are actually like real or fake Nick Furies who have been buried? And if we let the trailer play,
Personal.
someone once pointed out to me that
This is personal.
this looks like this voice line has been ADR'd, this personal thing. Also, is that an Anubis face? It looks like the face of an Anubis. That's interesting. Wonder what this symbol means. But these graves are essentially, from what I understand, they are being used as drop points. So that just further goes to support that Fury has many graves, and because all the times he's faked his death, and for the characters he's clearly played, and in all of these graves there is some weapons or something that he can take out. All right,
Very few of us know about the wars fought in the shadows that have
it's almost like they are secret wars.
raged on the
And I wonder which organizations actually know about these, because Hydra and Ten Rings, right? Those are two organizations that I'm really interested to see if they pop up here, because they clearly do still exist. Like, one of them, like, I think Ten Rings showed up in Ant-Man when they were to buy as one of the buyers of Darren Cross, and the Hydra was also present, I think, in that whole thing. Like, as an organization, right? Hydra, I don't think Hydra is so easily beaten. Like, it would be really interesting to know that Hydra, Ten Rings, all of these are like, and if any of them are like aware of these Skrulls amongst us. That would be a whole other thing.
this planet.
Also, who is this? Oh, hold on. Oh god, wait. This looks like some high-ranking official who is being protected. Also, guys, look at this side. Like, turn this side. Why is everyone pointing towards the same side? What if someone attacks from here? Oh my god. So much anxiety. You know what could be really interesting? Maybe this is the president of the United States at this point, and then he gets killed off, as a part of the Secret Invasion, and then is replaced by General Thunderbolt Ross. When he's not got gender, he's Secretary Ross now. So that would be very interesting, and this could very easily lead into uh, Armor Wars, and then into uh, like Secret Invasion, not Secret Invasion. Secret Invasion is this one. Then into Thunderbolts. Like this could be the uh, beginning that leads to because there is a point in this trailer where someone says, "Where are the Avengers?" and feels like, "Nah, I don't need to fight this alone." And the people might feel the need of a actual Avengers team, and that is where they could introduce the government-sanctioned Avengers. We were the Thunderbolts or the Dark Avengers. Maybe it could be a mix of both. Let's see. And it will be certainly interesting because, like, the news is that Thunderbolt Ross is going to be the president, and he's also going to become the Red Hulk. So it would be like it would increase the trust in his presidency a lot more if like he himself was one of the heroes, quote unquote, saving them. And then there's Genosha and all. I don't know how much of that is going to play into this. Political intrigue, man. Also, there was Everett Ross. He is here. So if he is here, that means his wife or ex-wife, Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine, is here. In the original Secret Wars run, it was revealed that Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine is a Skrull. I wonder if they're gonna follow through with that. Like she doesn't have to be a Skrull. A Skrull could be impersonating her, and she could also be alive. Because she's gonna play a big role going forward, at least for the Thunderbolts. So it will be interesting to see what happens with him. And Everett Ross is obviously still in hiding, and he might like know. We haven't learned much about his character. So because if he is here, that means Wakanda would be interested as well, right? Wow, man, the connections
that have raged on this planet.
This scene really confuses me because like my first thought was okay, these are like clearly stasis pods where people that maybe the Skrulls have impersonated are like resting. Then I thought, why though? Like if the Skrulls are gonna impersonate someone, first of all, they can just custom make faces and like build like be like a fucking RPG and like build from scratch, right? Like they could have many Skrulls make the same face, and then like because it's like multiple people, they could climb up the social ladder quickly. Or they could just like take the place of one person and kill that person, like so that he doesn't come back and like he or she doesn't come back and like interfere in their plans. Why would they put them in stasis pods? But then there is a scene later where there are like super Skrulls being introduced, right? I mean, I presume that's what it is. So my idea would be that this is somehow them, like they're like a cocoon they have formed around themselves, because it's very difficult to say whether they're Skrulls or humans. Even if you could tell they are humans, like it'd still be Skrulls disguised as humans and then sleeping. Very confusing indeed. It's let me know what you think about this. I don't know what the hell this is. And this is Gia, or Gaia. I think I'll call her Gaia. Yeah, who is Talos' daughter in this one. In the original Secret Wars comics, she and her husband, like they had like a secret family and like a whole another thing. We'll see about that, I guess.
Do you feel responsible?
That looks tells you more than you need to know. I mean, I guess, yeah, he is responsible because he brought the Skrulls here. He promised them all of these things that they're not getting, and he is kind of responsible.
Where are the...
Also, I saw this umbrella, man. Like, okay, I know this is a reach, right? It's a huge reach. Is this in any way related to the umbrella man of the Kennedy assassination? I don't know. I don't know why my brain went there, but I mean, this is a political intrigue show, and in which I am already theorizing that the current president in the MCU is going to be killed, and Thunderbolt Ross is going to replace them later. Like obviously, the Skrulls kill them because the Skrulls want to replace them, or maybe Hydra kills them, or maybe Ten Rings kills them. It's confusing. That's the point. We only know Skrulls, so we'll say Skrulls kill them, and then he's replaced by Thunderbolt Ross, which implies that maybe Thunderbolt Ross is working with the Skrulls, and maybe so is Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. And I have gone too deep into this rabbit hole. Let's move forward.
Where are the Avengers?
Who's Agent? Now, this machine, right? At first, this reminded me of a nuclear fission unit. No, sorry, nuclear fusion unit. You know, like these are the inner rings, they're the outer rings, and like they run magnetic fields, and like there's like they run around in circles. But I don't think that's what it is. We'll get a clear view of this later. That's when I'll discuss what this is. Specifically, I think that relates to Armor Wars, and yeah.
This war is one I have to fight. Alone.
Yup. And I think that's because he cannot trust anyone, right? Anyone could be a Skrull, and now Skrulls are getting superpowers as well, so... Oh my. So of course he has... And he's the one responsible in a way, so... Okay. Okay, this scene, right? Gaia crying over Talos. This is presumably Talos, his body, or someone close to Gaia. So is Talos gonna die? I don't know, man. I want to see Ben Mendelsohn go, the sexy man. It could be someone else Gaia is close to. Let's see.
You're the most wanted.
How many of these agents are Skrulls? That's the main thing. And now that James Rhodes is saying,
Man on the planet.
so now that he's saying you're the most wanted man on the planet, I wonder how many crimes they have done with Nick Fury's face, which something they could have done, you know? It'd be certainly interesting. Again, lends credence to my theory that there are going to be multiple Nick Furies here. Which is why I think he's roaming without the patch, because the patch is like such an identifiable part of him that if he wore that, he'll be like, yeah, that's Nick Fury, mate.
On the planet.
Also, now that we have seen Maria Hill being impersonated by a Skrull, tell me, was there ever a Maria Hill, or was she a custom face? Always. Is Kobe Smulders an imposter? You know, this is getting more and more like Among Us. I mean, aliens among us, am I right? Well,
You don't know what they have planned for you.
well, we don't know what they have planned for us. We don't know what they have planned for you either, Amelia Clark. Care to elaborate on that? Why are you standing on a pool table? I don't know. You know, it's interesting how much you can tell from one look from this man. Like, DODC, Department of Damage Control. Man, these guys are terrible. They clearly knew that Nick Fury had been off world, so they must have known that there must be some point in which they knew that, yeah, he's been replaced by a Skrull, because he was gallivanting around. Or maybe Nick Fury doesn't trust them, so he didn't tell them that he's been replaced by a Skrull. But why then why would he tell them that he left? Oh my god. Yeah, that part doesn't, I have to think about it a little bit. But here's the thing, right? DODC, what was I saying? It's completely went off my head. Yeah, the reason they are acting more and more villainous these days could simply be because they realize the Skrull threat, they know about the Skrull threat, and they realize how many like how many super skulls are roaming around. So anyone with a new superpower could potentially be a Skrull. So yeah, that's not great. Also, uh, my first idea on seeing that gravestone, the earlier one, was that potentially Nick Fury maybe went into space after he faked his death at the end of Winter Soldier, and like this is the gravestone, and he's like actually never been to back to Earth since then, except for maybe Endgame, because come on man, Tony died. I don't know. We don't even know if that is actually Nick Fury. It could be a Skrull. Who knows? Who is she going to torture? Olivia Colman. Who are you going to torture? Oh, come on. I want to see who is she going to torture. Um, let's see. Playback speed at 0.25x. Come on. All right. Ah, we don't see a face. Are you kidding me? Hi, Gravik.
The great Nick Fury.
Nick Fury said something about the eye patch representing the invincible Fury, and I wonder if in the original in the beginning he's gonna wear the eye patch and he's going to remove it to hide his identity, and then towards the end he's gonna wear it again. And I wonder what a significance his eye patch has. Maybe it's like some techno-organic thing, like there is something behind, like some computer, like evil Morty or something. He controls the robots. Who knows what could happen?
Fury.
Also, is this Fury's wife the one in who in the first trailer was getting a loaded gun? Because that is Fury's wife, right? Like I heard it somewhere. I'm not sure. We shall see. And Gaia looking rebellious as ever, the rebellious daughter, of course. Because again, in the press release, it was said that Gaia is rebellious. So we shall see. Wait, what was this? What was that? Hold on. Okay. Yeah, this one, right? Okay, wait. I need to watch this as 0.25x speed again. Yeah, this is a superpower. This man is using a superpower. Look at his hand. This is Gravik. Has to be. Or another super Skrull. Who knows? But the superpower is similar enough, so I don't know. But this is a superpower. Maybe this is Talos using a superpower. Is this Talos? Let me see. Yeah, it's difficult to tell. Yeah, it's very difficult to tell. It's a few frames as well, so that is definitely Talos, not this. All right. Also he's turning back. Maybe that leads credence to the theory that he's gonna die. Look at that. There's a wound over there. So like Skrulls turn back when they die, right? So yeah, could be that he's actually gonna die in this one. I would be sad to see him go, but you know what can we do? Yeah, this one. This is a much clearer view of this machine. Now my first thought was maybe this is the, like obviously this is the big MacGuffin world-ending device thing which they are developing here. Now my first thought was maybe this is the device they are using to give superpowers to the Skrulls, but then I thought this was like this siliconizer from the Sandman, from the Spider-Man 3, which turned Sandman into, you know, sand. Then I thought, hey, what if this is the time, this is like a modern version of the time machine from Avengers Endgame, and somehow the Skrulls got their hands on some Stark Tech time machine, and that could really be interesting, because we know that this is gonna lead into Armor Wars, and Armor Wars is all about Tony's tech being like falling into the wrong hands, and Brody dealing with that. So maybe this is the beginning of that. Who knows, man? Who knows? Like it also makes like it would that would make sense even if this is just a superpower giving machine, because uh that essentially Iron Man is someone who got superpower from technology, right? So, and like maybe this then turns you into the cocoon things we saw earlier, these guys, and like this is what is happening, that like these guys are getting superpowers, or maybe this is the earlier version of their or an older version of this, who knows. Like they're building up to this machine clearly. This is like, it seems like this is the final fight-ish. Yeah, he's wearing eye patch. This almost seems like a concluding fight to something. Maybe Fury's just stalling, it seems. He's old and he clearly won't go for a hand-to-hand fight like this. And this is the scene where he turns into Groot. Yup. This clearly looks like Groot powers. Someone said that it felt like weird to not have a Mr. Fantastic for this Skrull to impersonate, which, like, I know stretchy hands are like Mr. Fantastic's powers, but come on, man. It's not exclusive to him, right? Also, nice expression, dude. It looks like you're having a tired orgasm. Anyways, and these are all Skrulls, clearly. Or my other theory is correct, that this was actually a high-ranking member of something, and they killed him and replaced him. I'm gonna use his face. Let's see. This clock ticking sound, man, it always gets me.
Last fight.
Of course, the super spy does a super fight. Oh man, I just want to say that this super serious tone is really suiting them, and it's really like giving me hope for the whole thing, because jokes have certainly been a problem recently in the MCU. And I understand why MCU used to have jokes earlier, because like superheroes were ridiculous, and I think over time, due to the MCU itself, superheroes have become like this more serious topic, and like now people are ready for more serious shows based on superheroes, and like also the subject material for this, right? This is something that has been used in horror movies, you know, to show how like there's this secret race, movies like Species, then this other story which Dark City, yes, essentially about this race that infiltrates the planet and like imitates human beings or whatever. You can check that movie out. It's about this group of aliens called the Strangers, and how they're like a dying race. They come to Earth to learn about humanity, and it's like a whole thing, right? And then they had a narration. Yeah, that got derailed fast, but yeah, this is like serious subject matter, so I'm happy that, because see, Disney Plus needs a win, man. They need a banger, and Marvel needs to slow down on its releases, which I'm happy that I can see it doing. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. So yeah, superheroes properties, I think people are ready for serious things now, and I think the jokey era is just gone, and it's almost weird that Marvel kind of shot itself in the foot there. Yeah, kind of dug their own grave unintentionally, became victims of their own success. We shall see. Hopefully in this time DC can also build up, right? So I do like both. It's possible, guys. It's possible. Anyways, that'll be all. If you like this video, please give it a fat like, leave a comment down below with your thoughts, share this with your friends and all that wonderful stuff. If you want to know more about me, links to my socials will be down in the description, along with a link to my website www.nightwalker.com, where I post opinion pieces and other things which I want to say something on, but maybe don't want to make a full video on. And also, if you want to buy my novel, then it's called Dreams of Perfection. this one, right? It's a dark fantasy science fiction novel. Um, its a sequel is about to come out soon. Well, not sequel, it's a spin-off more like. It's a way for readers to get into this universe who maybe don't want to begin the thing by investing like 600 pages worth of time. So yeah, I'm working on that, and that will be out soon. So links to buy this will be in the description, along with links to all my socials. Check it out if that's your thing. So no, along with the description of this novel, check it out if that's your thing. And if this content appeals to you, the content is essentially a 22-ish or 23 actually. I will be at 23 soon, within like the next 6 days. The 23-year-old man, college student, talking aimlessly about things he has little to no idea about while also playing games poorly. If that is appealing to you, please hit the subscribe button with the bell icon, all notifications turned on, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye bye, everyone. I'll let this play to the end, I guess. Man, I love that Disney Plus logo. It's awesome.